I had a problem, I hate calling myself an alcoholic, so I'm not going to do it. But in theory, if I was an alcoholic before, guess what? I'm not anymore. I stopped. I quit. I won. I beat it. And I don't think that calling myself an alcoholic in sobriety is necessary or healthy for my growth or productive or positive in any way. I think it is negative. I think it brings me down. Calling myself an alcoholic when I have quit the substance that makes you an alcoholic doesn't seem in line. Like, I prefer to identify as somebody who doesn't drink. And I don't have a problem anymore. Even if I had one before, I don't anymore. I do not drink alcohol. I stopped the problem, and it feels really good to have beaten alcohol. Like, I won, motherfrickers. You suck, alcohol. I beat it. And so I don't want to call myself an alcoholic because I don't associate with alcohol at all anymore. My life has completely turned around. It's changed for the better. I don't rely on alcohol. I'm not dependent on alcohol. I've developed amazing new strategies for dealing with my emotions, with anxiety, with all these different things that I used to rely on alcohol for. I've developed amazing strategies. I don't rely on alcohol anymore, and there's nothing about how I'm currently living that feels like I'm an alcoholic. In fact, I feel like I'm the furthest thing from it because I don't consume any alcohol at all. When you type in definition of alcoholic or what is an alcoholic, it comes up right away on Google with alcohol use disorder. And I hadn't heard this phrase or this term used before until somebody messaged me on TikTok and they said a lot of people aren't using the word alcoholic, but they're using alcohol use disorder. And let's read a bit on that. It says a chronic disease characterized by uncontrolled drinking and preoccupation with alcohol. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like this. Like, a chronic disease. So again, in AA, I think kind of putting the blame on somebody other than yourself or something other than yourself is what they preach, and saying that it's a disease, it's a disorder, it's an addiction, and it's not something you can control. I think a lot of people find a lot of peace in that, and they actually feel like something was wrong with me. It's not my fault. It's not any of my doing. I have this disease. I have this disorder. And again, if that's you, wonderful. I mean, not wonderful, but if that helps you, great. To blame it on the disorder and say, that was out of my control. That's something that I had. I can't do anything about it. If that helps you, then fine. For me, I like to put the blame on myself. And I don't know if that's super healthy. For me, it works. I always say whatever works in your sobriety is great, and run with that, because whatever keeps you sober is what works, and that's great. And you should stick to it. So for me, I don't want to say that I had a disorder. I drank because something happened in my life, and I, drank through the sadness. It was also COVID. That didn't help at all. I was just at home drinking all day. It was a mix of things, but it was my choice to pick up the drink and start to drink in an irresponsible way, in a problematic way. I did that to myself, and I really do believe that to be true. And that also empowers me and makes me feel so strong for having quit that substance that I relied on. Like, I got myself into that mess, but I also got myself out. And I don't want to drink because I love the life that I've created for myself in sobriety. I'm so much happier. It's not that I don't want to drink because I have a disease and one sip is going to ruin my sobriety.